Hey everyone, it's Lisa Adams from Fresh Air Careers again. Hello, welcome. I wanted to spend a couple minutes today just taking you through what it means and how to create an accomplishment focused resume. I get questions on this all the time, even when I did a workshop the other night when I've talked to some clients. It's really hard. People are having a hard time figuring out or getting away from the opinionated statements of ourselves. Like, for instance, the old objective statements of skilled professional, qualified leader, established trainer. Those are all opinionated statements about ourselves that really mean nothing to recruiters and hiring managers these days. It sounds like blah 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 to them, and they're not that doesn't mean anything to them. What they want to know is, what have you accomplished and what things have you completed, and they want to see numbers, 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 numbers. So I want to dig in and just give you a couple quick examples of how to do this, and then I want you to go back and give it a try in your resume. So getting away from that objective statement of seasoned leader, experienced trainer, get away from that kind of stuff. And what I want you to do is, I'm bringing up a resume to look at for myself here. You want to highlight your accomplishments. It has to be numbers focused. So no matter what job you have or what jobs you've had in the past, there's always numbers attached with it. You may not think so, but you believe it or not, there are. So for instance, I've got an administrator who mentioned in her resume, within 14 days of hiring, increased executive productivity by 80%. There's some numbers, rather than saying responsible for blah, 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 right? Which will come across as blah, blah, blah. You want to be able to have numbers, numbers, numbers. Enhanced communications with executives and human resources staff by 40%. Here's another one, not necessarily on her resume, but other resumes. Oversaw 5 different online advertising projects that brought in $10 million worth of revenue. Those are kinds of numbers that people will pay attention to. Oversaw and managed, 30 to 40 different clients, which entailed $20 million worth of revenue, or whatever those numbers are. Took on, how many phone calls, managed how many members of staff. Those are the kinds of things that you need to have, and they need to be in that top third or top half of that first page of your resume, depending on how long your resume is. If it's a 1-page resume, it's the top third. If it's a 2-page resume, you could even take that top half of that first page. And you want to hit your strengths, and you want to hit your accomplishments. And also, when you're doing your professional experience, even into the different roles within your professional experience, you want it to be accomplishment focused. For instance, here's another one, a paralegal specialist who wrote 95%, or decreasing prior fiscal year budget deficits by 95% the first year, and then eliminating deficits the second year. She had some numbers behind that. Increased staffing productivity by 30%. Okay. Here's a CFO who raised, and highlighted this in this top first half of his page, raised over $150 million in capital for a spin-off of new technology. Within his past job experience, first revenue achieved within 2 years of a startup. He highlighted and bolded that, or didn't highlight it, but bolded it within his responsibilities. Any numbers that you can utilize, that's what people are looking for. You have to get away from that objective, opinionated pieces of ourselves. I know it's hard. They've been out there for a long time, 20, 30 years easily. When I first came onto the world of work, that's exactly what we wrote. Here was an objective. Here's what we were about. It was an opinion of ourselves. But now people don't want the opinions. They want to see hard facts to back up those possible opinions that you would have of yourself. But they want to be able to see facts. So that's what I want you to work on, is those accomplishments. Work out putting those onto your resume, especially that first top third of your resume. Really hit those accomplishments and hit it hard all the way through, and you will get noticed and you will get phone calls. Let me know how you do. I'd love to hear about it. Thanks, and have a good one.